Hello everybody, good morning. Today we're going to look at on a new topic of Indian Mathematics 1, which is chapter 3, right? We have to look at on chapter 2, we're going to look at chapter 3, which is on geometry, yeah? So under this chapter, if you go to your notes, you will get the notes from the BLE, like always, and you can download them and you can get there's my slide as well, it's also there, you can get the slide. Let's start with the first thing that we have to know is about the coordinate systems. In the first topic here, or in geometric topic here, we're going to look at on coordinate systems, right? So there are two different types of coordinate systems that we're going to use. Is number one is called the rectangular coordinate. Rectangular coordinate systems, and the second one is polar coordinate systems. Polar coordinate system. Yeah, polar coordinate systems and rectangular coordinate systems. So I believe that we have actually look at on the coordinate system which is involved in rectangular, most probably is also known as Cartesian. Cartesian coordinate system is also known as the rectangular coordinate system. So when we look at the rectangular coordinate system, what we have at the moment, we have like this are x and y, right? When you want to define a point, where this, let's say this is the point A, you have to look at on the value of x here and the value of y. What is the scale? If you look at on the scale of y and you look at the scale of x, and you can find the coordinate point of A and, which is x and y. This is x1, y1, x1, right? So you have the value of x and the value of y, and this is known as the how to define the point of A by using coordinate systems, which is called rectangular coordinate systems. Right, what happens in the polar coordinate systems? What we will do? How do you define the point in polar coordinate systems? Right? So we also have point of A, right? So how can you define point of, instead of you defining as x and y, you can also define the point A by finding the value of r and finding the value of angle here, which is theta. So A here can also be defined as r comma theta. So this definition of point A is called the polar coordinate system. So there are two different types of system used to define point in any in an x and y axis, right? So in terms of polar coordinate system, what you need to understand is that what happens if you have a point here, right? If we have a point of B there, so what is your r and what is your theta, right? What is your angle there? So the angles, when you talk about the polar coordinate system, will start from this line. Start from this line. So if you are talking about this point B, the r will be, of course, you have to find the value of r there, the length, and the theta here will actually be starting from this point, which is starting from 0, goes to the anti-clockwise, and this will be your theta, and this is your theta here, right? So if we have a point C there, this is point C, right? So your theta will be starting from here all the way to here will be your value of theta. So they have to have a certain reference point so that you can get the reference for this. And how do you find the r? Okay, how can you find the r value? So remember that Pythagoras theorem says that if you have a point here, if you have the length here, you have a length A, B, and C, right? So C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. This is called the Pythagoras theorem. So can you find the value of R there? Of course, you can find the R by finding the value of A and B there. So R here can be defined as square root of A squared plus B squared. So you can define the value of R. So that is how you define between rectangular and polar coordinate system. So basically, if you understand that, and we can define this polar, and A is actually in X and Y. So this is called the coordinate system, and this here is called polar coordinate system. Okay, so that is the difference between rectangular and coordinate system. We're going to look at an example on the next video.